Okay. There we go. One last check to make sure that the audio is coming through successfully. Well, that does not sound good. One locally? Okay. Is this any better? Yes, much better. Make one notch. Yeah. And then, yeah, I think this is much better. Okay, good. Audio is working. Let's get started. So I got the mappings done. So let's see how to make this work. So the first thing we need is to install this mapping into Virtual DJ. So I got the two mappings here, or they're not two mappings, the mapping and the device definition. And these need to go into a directory. So we've got the local documents folder. All right. And inside here, there is a directory called Virtual DJ, and there's two folders, mappers and devices. So I got a copy into devices. There's no subfolders here. So I got to copy this guy, the one with doesn't say mapping. Got to copy that over into devices. And this is the tricky part. This contains the mapping or the right from the actual MIDI CC and note numbers to the event names that are used in the mapping file. So custom mappings I did before here. Now I will copy over the mapping. So these should be here now. So that's all set, but you won't see anything change in Virtual DJ yet. When I pull up Virtual DJ, start this guy up. Forget this issue with the DDJ-SB. Let me get rid of that. There's a fake DDJ-SB here, so let me delete that. Don't need that anymore. Delete this. Turn it off first. Can't turn it off because Virtual DJ is using it. All right, now it's gone. All right. Now, the mappings that I just created are not here because there's no device connected to it, right? So show all compatible controllers, nothing connected but the keyboard, all right? So now I do have to quit Virtual DJ here. What I first need to do is set up, and let me minimize parsec for the moment, or let me drag just so that we don't get confused, drag parsec away. This here is my local computer. So on my local computer, I need to create a live routing that will send the DDJ-400 out over the network. So I've got to plug the DDJ-400 in. And then I need to create a new device, and I'm going to call this DDJ-400. And if we're going to have multiple DDJ-400s on, you got to name this something that will be noticeable on the remote side. So I'll call this JK to make it be my DDJ-400. and then map it in both directions. Live routings to the DDJ-400, enable this. All right. Now, on the local parsec side, we see that there's a directory here. Right, this showed up. This represents the DDJ-400, but now I need to make a local session. Now, the local session's name matters. It's got to match what is in the device mapping. So let's go back over to Documents, Virtual DJ, into Devices, and let's take a look at this device mapping. All right. Stop that. All I want to do is view this XML file. And you'll notice that here's the device definition. And in particular, there's a piece here, driver name. And this driver name is called DDJ-400 space RTP. Now, this is a configuration for just one DDJ-400. The mapping here is done entirely by name. And on a given computer, a name can be used only once. So the setup only works for one DDJ-400. If I had several of them, I'd have to duplicate this mapping and put different names into the driver name. I don't need different mappers. Those are done via this name matching between this name here, PID DDJ-400 RTP, and the mapping file. But I will need to create duplicates of this with different driver names in order to get multiple DDJ-400s onto the network or mapped to this computer. But DDJ-400 space RTP, that's what I'm looking for. All right. So let me create a new session. And the local name is going to be DDJ-400 RTP. Just so we don't get confused, I'm going to create both of these names the same. And then I'm going to connect the remote one to this here, and then click enable. So this is how this local to remote mapping works. If I had multiple DDJ-400s, right, then I might have different DDJ-400 JKs here, right? For every single different DJ, I might have another different entry for their DDJ-400. And then I would probably here call these like RTP1, RTP2, right? And so I'm mapping then what virtual DJ will latch onto, which is this name, to a particular DJ's remote. This is very convenient because then it doesn't matter what the remote DJ names their DDJ-400 so long as you can recognize it on the central machine. This configuration is set. And if I have different DJs with different names, I don't need them to manually shuffle between, the first one, second one, third one. I control the mapping here between the remote DJ and what virtual DJ is looking for. But to be clear, virtual DJ is looking for the DDJ-400 RTP, right? It doesn't care about this remote name, right? The JK version, right? That's the local to remote mapping. So I've got this enabled now. And I will launch virtual DJ. Now it found an rtpMIDI DDJ-400, right? Which is the DDJ-400 that I have right over here. And now this should work. Let me turn on the mixer and the effects. So let's load something into deck 1. That's good. Yeah, you guys can't hear this, but I can hear the sound through the remote setup, audio setup, which, right? And then use shift to move fast. That works. I hit play. That's weird. Okay, so that works. I'm listening to the headphone cue. Headphone cue works. Mix master works. Why doesn't this work while I'm loop exit works? Did I mess something up? So I can search. Did I mess up the touch on event? Well, let's try loading on deck 2. I messed something up. I must have accidentally erased the touch on event. All right, so let me quickly fix that. Well, I'll fix it in the source later. Let me just do it locally here for now. Let's go over into Documents, Virtual DJ, Devices, Edit. Okay, what did I mess up here? Jog touch, 36. That's weird. Jog touch, channel 0, deck 1. Shift jog touch, jog out, jog, shift jog. 3612. I messed something else up? That's on channel 7. That's on channel 8. Channel 9. Channel 10. Around. Name, jog touch, channel 0, deck 1. That actually is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the mapping. Totally getting the touch event. Did I do something else wrong on this side? pitch bending works. It doesn't make any sense. Especially as to why it works on deck 2 but not on deck 1. Oh, that's pretty weird. Why would that be messed up? Jog touch, shift jog touch, no problem. "21, 22, and 29. Why would there be a problem? That's mysterious. Why would there be a problem? That's strange. Why would there be a problem only when playing? Minus plus on off, right? Jog touch. Left and right both work. Is there something wrong with the mapping? How could there be something wrong with the mapping that's only on one deck, though? That doesn't make any sense. Because the mappings for the jogs, right, touch wheel, are not sensitive to left or right. Oh, hold on a second. All right, so I can fast move. How could that be different between decks? That doesn't seem possible. So fast moving works, right? And it recognizes the difference between in and out. But pitch bends. What is going on here? I'm totally getting the jog touch. Nope, they're not crossed over. They're not crossed over. So why? They're not crossed over. Then why is there a problem? Why is this messed up? Whoa. What? How could that be? That's super weird though. So basically, if I right click, then that's like that's vinyl scratch. So I can right click and move them both. While deck 2 is playing, I right click, no problem. But when deck 1 is playing, I can't do it. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. How could that be? That means virtual DJ itself is behaving weirdly. But how could that be possible? All right, so let's not connect this guy. All right. Launch virtual DJ. Load this into deck 1. This guy into deck 2. I need the mixer controls. So I can headphone. Right, and I can right click. I can right click scratch, no problem. I can't right click scratch. Oh, this must be a setting. There we go. I was messing around. I must have clicked this vinyl button. That was stupid. Okay, so key thing is vinyl button must be clicked. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. Right, because there's this signal that gets sent to the DDJ-400 that's not mapped. All right, so it's this vinyl button. All right, so that was stupid. But now I can try another feature. So vinyl's got to be on in virtual DJ, right? And that's the hint, right? If right click doesn't do anything while you're playing, then you've disabled vinyl here, and then it's not going to work. Okay, let's see if I can dynamically map this in. Whoops. What? And there we go. Hardware detected. DDJ-400. And there we go. Right. Hold down Shift, move fast. And there we go. And then all of these things should work. So start loop, end a loop. Exit, right? Extra long loop, and then have it. Right, and then I can do loop out, adjust. All right, loop in, adjust. Exit. All right. The tempo range is weird. It's annoying in virtual DJ because you can't see the tempo range. Do this. Let's say I want this guy to be the master. I can long press. Well, let's try to switch that. So let's say I want to change this side to be the master. So hold down, master switched over, and I sync this side, and this guy syncs up. All right, and then the FX work. Let me actually send you some audio here. Sorry. Let me send you some audio here. Drop the sound a little bit here. All right, so I'll drop the background here, and then so we're listening to the headphones output right now. All right, so I'm listening to master now. So the master mix works. So I have nothing queued, right? And so I'm on Q side. There's nothing here, and then now I'm on master. You can hear them both. The volume works. And then let's say I want some effects. Shift, go back to the beginning. Play. All right. Hot cues, loop. All right, so let's make a real big loop and then make it gigantic. And then I want FX here. You notice that I can switch my FX, wah-wah, stems, backspin, beat grid, cut, delay, distortion, echo. Why is this modifying the master? What? This isn't the way it was working before. This totally was working yesterday though. So what's going on here with the master levels? Why is this stuck to master? So the beat works. Why is this knob stuck to master? So this is the level depth knob. FX level. Oh, this should not be deck 1. Oh, that's a mistake. How could that have happened? This is not on any deck. Let's launch this again. Let's view the mixer and the effects. There we go. That was weird. I don't know why. It must have happened through some kind of copy paste problem or a search and replace. So I got to fix that. All right, so let's just listen to master. You can FX select the flanger. Select a number of beats. 2-beat flanger. Right, then I load something onto deck B. All right, and then let's sync it. Or interesting. I see. I see. So Quantize has that behavior. This behaves a little bit differently than Rekordbox. The difference between what Quantize and Sync do, but no, okay, never mind. Not that important. Right, so I could loop out. All right, and then switch this over to 2. Hold on, let me turn that off. Switch this over to 2. Now you'll notice that the FX select switches the 2 side. Okay, so that works. So everything here is all about, is very similar to the way this is implemented in a Rekordbox. Although there are 3 FX banks, this basically entirely controls that first FX bank. Can we change the BPM? Right, so that, yep, that commands it to rescan for BPM. Right, so when I end, tap works. Right, of course that's wrong, so let me go back to auto. Whoops, wrong button. Alright, so that works on whichever. Right. 170, but it's 85, right? Okay, so on whichever channel this is set to, the tap is going to take effect. Right, so these work, and then trim knobs work back. Let's see if instant doubles works. Yep, instant doubles work with the double click. Try this. Let's go beat jump 4 ahead. right? Okay, anyway, so yes, in theory that works. Beat jump, loop, sampler works. Okay, right. Keyboard is mapped to Q loop, this weird thing which puts a loop on a hot cue. Pad effects work. Where are the pad effects? Where are the pad effects? What? Oh, that's weird. So where did I get the pad effects on my local computer? It must come with something. And then, like, instead of pad effects 2, there's loop roll. And then key cue. Right, so I have to set a hot cue for that. Right, so let's set a hot cue here where there's a instrument. Let's get rid of that hot cue. Here. I guess it's right on the beat. Right, and then with the keyboard. Where did those pad effects come from? It's got to be from when the DDJ XP1 was plugged in. Guess we can try that. Let me just do this the virtual here way then. If I map in the DDJ-XP1, all right. There we go. Now we get the pad effects. Now they're in here. Pad effects. Right. And then so pad effects 2, for whatever reason, is mapped to roll and slicer. Hot cues, pad effects, beat jump, sampler, cue loop, roll, slicer, loop. This seems like loop roll with slip. Oh, I see. Their lights are moving. Oh, I see. I love that this light works. Can you see the light? Yeah, you can see the light progressing. I see. So this essentially is roll the top, the slicer at the bottom. Right, and so now, yeah, I have the pad effects loaded. So now they do something. Pioneer mode. I mean, to a limited extent. Shouldn't they're modal. This is different than the way the DDJ-XP1 works. Right. Because in Rekordbox, it only works for as long as I'm holding it down. This backspin. Weird. Okay. Okay, intriguing. Interesting. Okay, so now we have the pad effects. Loaded those in. From the DDJ-XP1, I have one error to fix in the master, and then that's it, all done. Yay. So everything works. Well, let's try just to show off the basics. High pass. Alright, so the EQs work. Not sure why distortion is the default. about filter for the filter nut. Yeah, it all works. Good, fun.